Hey there, this is Ill Factor from beatacademy.com. Now, normally when I come across a drum break, I not only just look for the texture, the way it sounds, but also the groove and the overall feel of the drums, because that can add a lot of life to my projects. So, what I want to do is to be able to capture the same groove and feel of some of those drum loops and implement them to some of my programmed drums. So, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Here I have a drum break, which is this track in here in blue, and a bass line and a couple guitar stuff going on. Let me play you the overall groove. So the drum pocket is really great. And the reason for that is because when we look at the drum break and the drum groove, we see that there's a lot of looseness happening, right? The snare drum, look at the gap there. It's not directly on the beat. Same thing for the hi-hats and all the other elements in there. So this drum break is actually just a chop. As you can see, I chopped it up to create my own rhythm. This is the actual loop itself. So that's the actual loop, and it will continue over and over. So I didn't want to have that open hi-hat hit at the very beginning. So I just chopped up the loop to create my own pattern. Now, right below that, I have an acoustic drum kit playing the same pattern. So if you notice, the hits here are quantized perfectly because I just drew them in. I double clicked and it just lands right on the grid. So what I want to do is to be able to add the same feel and the same overall groove from the drum break onto these drums. I'll show you how to do that. So what I'm going to do is consolidate the new pattern that I've created by chopping up this loop. So highlight that and hit Command J on your computer keyboard. That's going to consolidate that. And that will leave the timing exactly the way it was when I chopped up the loop. So you can still see here, a lot of the elements are not on the grid. So now let's go ahead, right click and choose to extract the grooves. And now once you've extracted groove, you notice that a groove pool window will pop up and appear here in Ableton Live 11, giving you the name of the file, as well as some of the parameters that we'll go ahead and tweak later on. But that is the groove that we've extracted. And then what we can do is now double click our MIDI region or the destination we wish that groove to land on. And what we're going to go to is the left side corner here where it says groove and choose the groove. Now, this is a drop down menu because you might extract many different grooves throughout a session. So let's go ahead and choose the one that we just extracted and then hitting this arrow here to apply it to our drums. Now you'll notice an immediate shift. A lot of the drums just nudged and moved over. So it captured the quantization of our drum grooves. If we wanted to match, let's say, the velocity, where some of the hi-hats are louder and softer, of the actual drum break that we extracted the groove from, we can do that here in this groove window. We can say match the velocity by 100%. I want you to mimic exactly how loud the snares or the hi-hats or the kicks sound like from the original drum break. So let's do that same process again. Go here and apply it. Now you'll notice that some of them are shaded a lot darker. That's because the velocities have been matched. So now let's listen to our drum groove. And now let's listen to this one, which is the stiff one. They're both not wrong, but one has a huge difference in feel. Pretty cool, right? Now I can play my drum groove right alongside with the drum break that we extracted the groove from, and they should be locked in. This is also helpful if you wanted to, let's say, maybe cut off some of the low end of the kick from the drum break and replace it with a separate kick or an overall just drum groove or layer your drums with that. Using this groove technique can be really helpful to match the timing so that you don't have anything flamming or clashing in the program drums. Now I want to show you how to implement the same idea in Logic Pro. So here we have the similar drum break on the top. then here we have just a acoustic drum kit right underneath it. Kind of mirroring the same rhythm, and everything's quantized. So what I'm going to do is now apply taking the groove from the drum break and adding them to our MIDI drums. Now to do this in Logic, we're going to right click on the track and we're going to head over to where it says configure track header. Here, we want to enable the groove track. We want to open up our groove track there. And once that's checked off, you can now simply see when you hover over the number ones or two or the track number, you'll see a star. So place the star on the track that you wish to extract the groove from. So just like in Ableton Live, it's going to come from our main drum break. And then let's go ahead and focus on the MIDI here and then just apply the check mark. So what we're saying is the star is the spotlight. That's the main guy. That's the one we want to take the groove from. And then we're going to apply, match the groove track. We're going to hit the check mark here and notice what happened down here. So I'll uncheck that and it goes right back to the grid. I press that back and it's now going to mirror the same groove from the break. So let's listen to that now. And so that's how you can implement the same kind of groove in Logic Pro. Let's unsolo these together and play them together. And there you go. Well, this was just a quick little tip and technique to help bring life into your program drums by extracting and implementing grooves, both in Ableton and in Logic Pro. I hope this was helpful. And to stay up to date with upcoming videos, be sure to subscribe, like this video so that you can see more updated videos down the road. I also have a gift for you. I'd love to send you a sample pack filled with loops, construction kits, sound effects, and it's yours absolutely free. Just simply click the link below in the description box to download this. And it also includes a bunch of sessions that you can use as templates to kind of hit the ground running. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.